Poor network connection. Damn it. I mean, it looks like it's stable, a little stable now, but this is rather annoying. I'm not sure what's causing this. Alright, we're gonna give it a minute and see if it connects. If not, I'll just call the stream early. Unfortunate. Dang, it was so fine a bit ago. What could be going wrong? Let's give it a minute, give it a minute. Sigh. Unstable, darn it. Alright, we'll do a quick recap, see if we can't do it. I'll go with the recap, and if it hasn't restabilized by then, I'll just end the stream. Alright. Sashi, that was good. I've eaten all sorts of places, but your cooking, Lady Europa, was some of the best I've ever had. Man, when I first got to Olympus, I never thought I'd get such a breakfast, lunch, and dinner all day. Well, I guess I never did end up having lunch today, but this made up for it. So many tastes and flavors. There were so many textures and flavors I'd never tasted before. There really were. It was like culinary techniques that have been honed to perfection over Olympus's 10,000-year history, concentrated in every bite. Honestly made me feel like I was tasting history itself. The bread in particular was like nothing I could have imagined before today. Thank you so much, Queen Europa. It's been an invaluable experience. Oh no, I didn't do anything special. I was simply copying what I had seen others do before. Adelia and Makarios did all the truly hard work. Far too generous, Lady Europa. Oops. All we did was following your instructions. You're a way better cook than any mere culinary student. Most of them only care about working on their so-called cutting-edge research. As long as you know the basics of Olympian ingredients and culinary techniques, anyone can cook like that if they put a little love into it. Still, I do appreciate the compliment. Thank you all for helping me. We'll continue working together like this. This Operation God Destroy will succeed in no time. Hurrah! Hurrah! Nero! Oh man, I remember that well. I thought it only right. I shout on someone else's behalf as well. Though absent for dinner, I'm sure Canis is nearby watching us perform. Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I guess Canis is probably still kind of ticked. They probably shouldn't let Canis let me hear that, or someone would materialize just in time to bring a spear down my head. Speaking of that, is Holmes still at it? Then how much magical energy will the Grand Summon consume? Normally a summon makes use of mana in the atmosphere and the summoner's own odd. However, if we are to summon a being capable of bringing down a god, I'm not sure the Lostbelt's, even this Lostbelt's extensive reserves of mana, which merely far surpasses anything to hand and proper ministry, will suffice. So if we're able to complete this grand summon, as the heroic spirits called it, I presume we'll need to augment our magical energy supply somehow? Of course you will. Strictly speaking, this summoning ritual doesn't use a summoner. Given its vast magical energy requirements, I have designed to make use of the infinite crystal above the Olympus. Have you now? More accurately, I've designed it to access the infinity crystal through the Olympian's own god-made ley line. They're providing us with an inexhaustible supply of magic energy. We will use the enemy's own power against them. God-made ley line. That's a ley line kept completely under the god's supervision. Our spells weren't able as much as touch it, but that would be the case for you. Does that mean the ley line was... Of course, I'm the one who made it, even if I only did so reluctantly and under Zeus's orders. I suspected much. I see, so because he created it, that also means he was able to make a back door for it, so to speak. So yes, I know all there is to know about the god-made ley line right to its unusual vulnerability. Vulnerability, you say? The ley line may be an invisible magical energy network that serves as a transcendent source of magical energy. But since it was never completed, it's also full of holes. Its greatest vulnerability is the fact that it exists in all spaces throughout Olympus. By placing special spells and formations at these places, we're able to draw a truly massive summoning circle that covers all of Olympus, even as the gods remain none the wiser. That is the summoning circle that lays the heart of the operation, and they are the very spells that you and the heroic spirits of the Alliance already put in place. Sounds like they're having a pretty involved conversation. Alright, I'm gonna get some night air. A little walk to help my digestion will be just the thing. It's dangerous outside. I should go with you. I agree. At this depth, underground passages are sure to be patrolled by autonomous weapons. Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. Old man Prometheus/Hephaestus cut off the connection to the surveillance network, right? Like I said, this ought to be just the thing. Oh, she does plan to fight. I'll be fine, I promise. If I really think I'm in trouble, I'll hightail it out of there immediately. I might have reached the void, but I'm still an unscrupulous sword fighter at heart. I'm not going to challenge an opponent I know I can't beat. Anyways, it's walk time. I'll be back soon. Oh, did it reset again? No, it didn't. Okay, good. Phew. But I did lose that half of it. I guess I could just split the VOD in half. You know, guys didn't have to come with me, right? Or you're just here on a hunch or something. Well, Alex and Mash are right. It's dangerous to walk along these underground passages alone. Besides, I couldn't help but notice that Miramasa wasn't at dinner. At first, I thought he might be back at the workshop. He's not there either. Ha! Sounds like we're thinking along the same lines. Hear that, Miramasa? I know you can. I'm sure you've got a lot to talk about you don't want the Chaldeans overhearing, so I came to pay you a visit myself. Figured you'd show up here, but I didn't expect the twins to come along too. Just be clear, I don't got anything to talk about. Oh, that's too bad, because I sure do, and it's got something to do with how insanely dangerous you are. I know you said you were staying neutral earlier, but the moment you hand the article over to Alex, you're planning to cut him on the spot, aren't you? Well, yeah, when we finish one job, you move on to the next, right? That fake priest Rasputin gave me 2 jobs to do as part of my foreign god disciple duties. First was to protect Prometheus, Hypostus, and Olympus. Apparently, as the god of knowledge in the Forge, his skills are essential to keeping Olympus running smoothly. Since old Zeus signed up on the job, I got no reason to refuse it. Second job was to destroy the Hephaestus in Atlantis. Those would seem to be at cross purposes. That one was all Zeus. Said he forbade Chaldea and Hephaestus from coming into contact. And taking Hephaestus out was the quickest and easiest way to ensure they didn't. But taking out a god's still a big deal even Atlantis, and not even Odysseus. This there could go through with it. So that's where we came in. Rasputin demolished the proper human history heroic spirits while I cut the 4 gods' main unit clean in 2. That's terrible, so here he kept him safe, and elsewhere he killed him, huh? Where's the sense in that? I told you I cut him in 2, didn't say anything about killing. Though I did say Hephaestus had been destroyed in my report. Huh? So what exactly does that mean? Alright, here's the deal. Prometheus Hephaestus is incredibly skilled, but he's also the stubbornest old mule I ever met. Said he wanted to make a summoner thingamabob and was gonna blow himself up unless I helped him. So I couldn't let him since it's my job to protect him, and also I agreed to the apprenticeship until that gizmo was done. After that, he said his own manipulators were tooled into prep it for delicate work or some such, and wasted no time putting me to work. And one of those odd jobs involved going to Atlantis to fetch his own backup data. Said he needed an additional brain to finish making the article. Bunch of bull, huh? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. First you follow the order of cutting him in half, then you go to his backup, effectively bring him back to life. That sounds like something out of a comedy routine. You're a real scamp, Grandpa. Anyway, I take it that means you liked Hephaestus so much you're willing to really stick your neck out for him? We might not agree on most things, but the Greek god of the Forge just works so good it damn near brings a tear to my eye. Is that so? Anyway, there was one other thing Zeus ordered me to do that didn't have anything to do with Hephaestus. Get rid of you lot. So once I finish this job, that's the next one I gotta take care of. Ain't no sense doing things out of order. Gotta do my jobs one at a time, make sure they're done right. It ain't like I'm ignoring the foreign god's orders or betraying Zeus either. So what does that mean? You're ignoring Zeus' commands until the article's finished. Of course, it ain't like Zeus is paying for this job and just playing along because they say he's the big Buddha in charge around here. Oh my. Yikes, never thought I'd feel sorry for Zeus, but I guess that's the first time for everything. That being said, it does feel like it's time for me to move on. I might be able to handle Chaldea on my own, but deep down, I'm still a swordsmith. No way I could take down Chaldea, Musashi, Caligula, and Canis all at the same time, so I'll try my luck elsewhere. Besides, now that you lot showed up, the great Prometheus Hephaestus workshop's all but done for. I'd take the summoned what's-it somewhere deep, as soon as you can get your hands on it before the others come a-calling. So you're gonna leave us alone? I mean, that's great and all, but what about finishing the summon thing? Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. It might not be done tonight, but I've set it up so it'll be done by morning. We'll see you around. Don't forget to give my regards to the Chaldea kid. Will do. Take care. Wait, you mean you're leaving right this second? Rasputin's supervising the cryptors and Ashi, Limbo is here to keep an eye on the Lostbelt kings. My job doesn't really begin until this foreign god guy actually shows up. Apparently, I'm supposed to be their butler or something, and if I'm gonna get the job right, I can't let myself getting defeated now. In the meantime, might as well work on getting some big gods some clothes. If what they say is true, they're gonna arrive here, completely naked. Oh, don't worry, she's just here as an arbiter. She couldn't do anything to you, and she wouldn't even if she could. Oh, one last thing. You two are the Alliance's last survivors, right? Yes. This might not be my place, but don't go throwing your lives away like the Satsuma Hayato folk did. Ain't no point in winning a war if it ends up costing your soul. Of course, that's just Mountain Man's opinion. I might be old, but I know I'm a hell of a lot younger than you two, so I won't insist you listen to me. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I do appreciate your concern. Just thank you for that, foreign smithy. Thanks for showing our great god of the Forge, the last decent god in this whole kingdom, the kind of respect even we couldn't give him. Hey now, it's nothing like that. Like I said, he's just turned out to be more of a stubborn old man than me. I'd like to thank you too, Miriam. And, I promise I'll remember your warning right to our final moments. That's so. Guess you already made your choice then. I won't forget you two. Make sure you both live good lives, you hear? For better or worse, their plan does involve losing their lives. But I guess they're having the immortality blues. Alright, guess I should go with more berserker fun. Alright, so sabers and archers are next. 17th process is finished. Grand Summon Article, Ether, Sony Guidance Spell, Inscription complete. 18th process finished. Grand Summon Article, Spirit Origin, Solidification, Spell, Inscription complete. 19th and 20th process finishes. Perpetual Magical Energy Source, Synchronization complete. All processes finished. Initializing Grand Summon Article, Ether, Materialization. Grand Summon Article, Ether Materialization, output complete. Alright everyone, I'm sorry it took so long to complete. I do not know where my apprentice got off to, but the project itself came out beautifully. This is the Grand Summon Article, the device that's going to materialize a being capable of destroying the gods. Now it's yours, humans. Go on, take it. It's a Grand Summon Article Ether. I'm the one who named it Ether. It may not be what the Alliance heroic spirits intended it to be named, but there's no need to worry about that, Your Majesty. Fine by me, sounds tough and shit. Ooh, ah. Yes, it is a wonderful name when you finally go up against the god of the heavens, either else when being capable of destroying him. Watch me does wonder why I didn't go with a more common name, but as our collaborator, we're happy to go along with whatever you decide. Alright, Adele Macarius, boss of Chaldea, we're counting on you to take it from here and finish the job. We will, I promise. Awesome! So I just need to turn it on in the Great Orbital Shrine then. That's right. In order to accomplish the final god slaying, you need to activate it when we're facing Zeus. Since we don't know how long the materialization will last, this is our only viable option. Queen Europa, Prometheus Hephaestus, thank you so much for helping us. That goes for you too, Chaldeans, Caligula. And don't think I'm forgetting you two either, Musashi and Canis. Thanks to all of you, the Destroyer Alliance is finally ready to begin the last stage of operation. Fo. So it's time to fight Zeus, right? Be warned, the enemy is truly formidable. No matter how many times I run the numbers, I don't know how well the summoned being will fare against him. As for the Grand Summon's final catalyst, that will not be a problem. Consider that matter solved. You mean you already have a catalyst ready to go? Worry not, Shield Maiden. I would not let us come this far while we still lack a catalyst. Rest assured I will take care of it, and when the time comes to face the so-called omnipotent king of the gods, I'll show you something miraculous. Even with my capacity for calculation, I cannot say what will happen once the ether has been activated, or how well its summoned being will fare against the omnipotent god. At this point, we are well into the realm of the unknown. Nonetheless, I can say this, your chances for victory are non-zero, so as long as you keep that in mind. Oh, I am sorry. I should ask this sooner. Does the concept of zero exist in proper human history? Yes, most assuredly. We've known about it since at least the third century. I dare say we also have a fairly deep understanding of the concept. Miss Miyamoto over there is something of an expert of it. If I remember right, the reason it took a while for the concept of zero to exist was because there was an argument of, well, is nothing something? Like, if I have 0 sheep, that's basically the same as I don't have any sheep, obviously. So, is that still something worth having? Oh, fascinating. A mathematician or philosopher would be one thing, but I never would have thought a sword fighter could reach such an understanding. A scholar would no doubt use their understanding past the concept to other people, but the sword fighter understands 0. I see, you must have attained it as a skill rather than knowledge. 0, the line between positive and negative. A number smaller than any decimal and greater than any negative. It is a void, a lack of existence. I see. The fact you reach such understanding with a sword shows that humans truly are an unsolvable mystery. Oh, it's nothing. I just happened to get lucky, that's all. My old man used to go on and on about how he's the strongest in the world and no one could surpass him. So I figured the only number that could surpass 1 was none. That's what I just tried for. Still, it's pretty amazing that I pulled it off, if I do say so myself. Not every sword fighter can empty their mind as fast as I did. That's Musashi I know and depend on. Yeah, I could never leap into enemy territory without looking if I didn't think I could handle myself. Either here might be our ultimate weapon for the final showdown, but it's my job to make sure we get that far. And knowing you've got someone else on hand to do the heavy lifting means I can really cut loose, in multiple senses. Fo. You're very modest, aren't you, Musashi? I think I'm starting to understand what makes you so strong. You always walk a fine line between trying too hard and not trying enough. You're open and honest with everyone without ever looking down on anyone. I used to think of Bushi and Samurai as sort of warrior class particular to Japan, but look at you, Musashi, I try to say this. Think I'm a badass, huh? Aw, thanks. I'm something of a freewheeling, happy-go-lucky warrior, so I think deep down I'm really a lot like you guys. Right. I'm very nice. You're all the very picture of warriors brimming with hope. Even as you are about to face Zeus himself, your smiles are unwavering. You can truly make me think that if anyone can make this happen, you can. You know, Queen Europa, at first I thought this gamble would be all risk and no reward, but I can now see that even if my calculations say their odds are at 0, these people may still pull it off. Oh, their chance of winning is certainly not 0, of that I have no doubt. Hey, Forge God, sorry to interrupt, but I got a question. You said this workshop's cut off from the outside, and the only way through is a door in the underground passage pardoned off, right? That's right. Is something bothering you, Musashi? Oh yeah, because we know. Can you tell what's going on outside the door? And I'll run a propriety scan now. The outside was blown to pieces, Master. Damn, that's too slow. Let's make sure we get out of here. Right. Foe. Over here, Foe. You'll be safe in my storage space, then you wheel on my shoulder. This magical energy feels as though we're burning. It has this Lostbelt's unique scent and the god's unmistakable, intimidating presence. That's not all. I sense something unsettlingly foul. Be careful, there's darkness here among us. It's him, the caster of Limbo. My, how lovely to see you all here. I suppose it's been some time since you last met, fine members of Chaldea, and you, Queen Europa. Oh yes, and I can't forget you, members of the God Destroyer Alliance. I must say, you put up quite a valiant struggle against the gods. I suppose I should introduce myself, I'm but a humble monk, a heroic spirit named the Caster of Limbo. There you are, scumbag. I remember you and how your good looks are completely wasted on that head that keeps regrowing no matter how many times I cut it off. What are you doing here in Olympus? Ah, screw it, I don't even care. Your ominous aura tells me everything I need to know. Oh my, if it isn't my beloved Shinmin Musashi. Yes, I remember you too, and how very many times you thwarted my designs in the past. What a shame your vaunted heavenly eyes appear so blind and failed to even notice the spell thread I bound the queen's garments. You tracked me with my own garments. How dare you, you barbaric... God. Yes, that's right. Your mewling sympathy for your home and proper human history is still exploitable. How utterly disgraceful. Whatever you may have been plotting, and plotting you were by the looks of it, it all ends now. I'm afraid it's a touch early for curtains. In fact, I think we've just begun a whole new act. Ah, but there I must disagree. I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time now. I'm quite aware of everything happening here. In fact, I only refrained from acting sooner because I was waiting for this grand summon article of yours to be completed. I can only imagine what lovely sounds you'll make when you witness it shattering before your very eyes. Well, you're just the absolute worst, aren't you? I imagine I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah, exactly. How very kind of you to say so. My workshop is like my home. It should have no trouble detecting a spell from a single heroic spirit. What are you, really? You're not a proper heroic spirit at all. Detect? You thought you could detect my spell? Why, of course you couldn't. Not when all my spell has been blessed by our god. Ah, I should clarify. When I speak of gods in this case, I'm not referring to the gods of Olympus, but rather a foreign god. You talk too much, barbarian. Yes, he does. Shall we kill them now, big brother? Ah, yes, I do hope you'll forgive me. Very well, then, I'll leave the massacre to you two. After all, it'd be quite absurd for a disciple of the foreign god to clean up a mess brought about by the negligence of your family's behalf. That's right, it would be. Now be quiet. So we finally found you, humans. We found them, big brother. Dear Scurry. So you always snatch hope away every time. Well, this time you won't. We won't let you take anything from us ever again. Both of you be careful. They're a divine spirit, heroic spirit. Get back before they hurt you. You've kept me waiting a long time. This is where it ends. Don't think I've forgotten how you humiliate us with your wordless spells, lowly humans. Though our light will never be sullied by the death Pitiful deaths of struggles of weaklings like yourselves. You should be thrilled you managed to injure my pride. You're in for it now. No human has incurred Big Brother's wrath and survived. Oh, nonsense. We've done it like 3 times already. I say 4th time is just going to be like the other 3. You already missed your 3rd time's the charm to beat us. Get ready for divine justice. Death to all of you. Damn twins. The hell are you so worked up over a bunch of humans for, huh? This is what happened last time, too. Sure little shits aren't forgetting anyone? Ha, you thought I'm the one who doesn't belong among the gods? You got balls saying that my face after Kasheria ground your asses into the dirt like nothing. Did you forget how you had to go crying to Big Daddy Zeus pleading for your lives? You got the great Canis to deal with. Dumb shit stayed focused on those weaklings. Well, I've had it. You're gonna die now, shitheads. Sea God's spear, I knew it was too good for the likes of you. I said shut the hell up and die already. Are you alright, big brother? I'm fine. Mere magical energy light from ordinary spirits can never hope to match ours. The Dioscuri gods of light, they may indeed move at near light speed, but it seems they aren't capable of nullifying all forms of light directed at them. Doesn't mean we have openings. As they say nowadays, the jury's still out. Stay out of my way, Trenchcoat. Your magical energy light show isn't gonna do shit anyway. Hey now, don't go throwing out Baritsu beam without the detective. Don't go throwing out the Baritsu beam with a detective. Anyway, as far as we're concerned, gods of light, you're just one more milestone on the road to slaying all the gods. I'm not exhausted like last time, and on top of that, I'm feeling better than ever thanks to the Queen's amazing food. Activating Orchanax's combat mode. Adjusting operational output to 70%. I'm ready, Master. First order of business, get past the Dioscuri. Understood. Let's freaking go! If I have to, I can use Nightingale or something for this, but I don't think that will be necessary. The twins have genuinely not been a big threat. They've been one of the least threatening things so far, I mean. Well, no, technically the easiest fight was Aphrodite because she's an assassin. Invincibility, protection of the divine. Ooh, this is gonna be easy, isn't it? 2 left. Alright, so this will protect me from 2 attacks. Now let's hope the Dioscuri don't resist this, because they're safe, but they have magic resistance. Okay, good, it went through. Alright, let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. Tamakat will claw at all of them. This should take out the,
Good morning.
Oh dang, it didn't take out the Origin Hydra. Resonating Intimidation. Spear of the King of the Gods. Alright, we need to take care of both of these guys immediately, so... Brave Chain, let's do it. This will bring their break bar down. However, if I struggle at all, I can just bring a single target archer. This shouldn't be an issue. Oh crap. Oh right, the buff didn't go through thanks to... Oh well, it's not a big deal. Break bar down. Entwined twin gods. Attack down. Adele's support. Recovery. Mystic code. Alright, we'll do this. Try and get her some NP charge. They're gonna have their NP next turn, but it should be fine. It actually might be worth my time to do this. Because they have a single target, they're vulnerable to taunts. Sorry, Mash, but we need to make sure that someone important doesn't go down right now. Here we go. No attack buffs is a little annoying, but there we go. Yeah, she has 100%. Here we go. Oh, she survived. No, she didn't. Oh yeah, she did because of guts. Interesting. Support artillery, mystic code. Alright, here we go. This should do the trick. Alright, the NP has a decent damage boost now. It should lower them to a manageable level. Not as good as hoping, but it's less than 10k at the very least. Oh dang, that's good stuff. Mana burst. There we go. Gate of Sky, protect everyone. I've been getting pretty lucky so far. They haven't been targeting Tamamo Cat at all. I just needed the NP gain from that, so I'm not too bothered. There we go. There we go. Darn. Ah, but her MP is up here. Alright, we're gonna do it this way and hope this finishes them off. There we go. Twins are down again. Really, you two are not threatening in the least. And let me guess, once again they'll be all, they're too strong, we must go, we must escape. Like, could they keep doing? Insolent worms! Don't bother fighting back, humans. You'll never escape death at my brother's hands. The Skur is still alive and well. Our current fighting forces can't. Yeah, I was having absolutely zero issues, and yet they keep insisting we're powerless against them. It's kind of hilarious, almost. God, my eyes, like I'm looking at the sun. I don't know if they're actually moving at light speed or not, but I know both their sword and discus are really freaking fast. Master's doing a great job of defending. Canis' spear play is sharp as it's ever been. Despite his injuries, Caligula's fists haven't slowed down. Berserker's got a berserk, I guess. Still, the way things are going, it's only a matter of time until one of us gives up the ghost. I might just have to sacrifice one of my swords after all. Oops. That trick again. Oh yes, of course it won't work. Knight against the mighty gods of Olympus. But just be safe, allow me to use my sorcery to negate it. What, did you just drown out the waves jamming the... What? Did you just drown out the waves jamming the god-made ley line? Why, yes, I did. And while I'm at it, I think I'll rid us of this divine bird's intrusion once and for all. Ah, Minerva. Aha, as you see, I have some facility with the destruction of machines. Allow me to demonstrate by ending the combined gods of knowledge and forge right now. What? My brain is being eroded. What did you do? Why, exactly what you think I've done. Machines, no matter their time or place of origin, have always been vulnerable to bugs, and you are no exception. Bugs, I see. They transform your pulsating magically itself into spells. Ah, even though my true self is formless data, there's still ability to eat away. Call your bugs off him, Limbo. Activating Mystic Code. What a shame. Aha. But then, that's hardly a surprise. That may be enough to let you break through simplistic karma without resorting to a command spell. But the Shikigami insects filled the brim with curses and blight, and one of your mystic codes might as well be a gentle breeze to them. Oh, he is a very powerful Omuji. What do you think you're doing, god of a foreign land? Stop before you kill him. Surely you must know that Zeus considers him to be essential for Olympus' warfare. So why are you doing this? Europa, come back. You need to stay behind where it's safe. Aha. To goad you into a vulnerable position, oh beautiful, cruel and beautiful queen. Now if you'll kindly excuse us. Europa. Oh, don't worry, I won't kill her here. My job is strictly to bring the traitorous queen back to face justice. I'll leave the rest of these villains to you, Dioscuri, guiding the gods of light that you are. Shield Maiden, mash. Remember your last gift. May Athena's protection be with you. I guess he melted through the floor to teleport them. It's Europa. Limbo's magical energy signals vanished. I'm not seeing Europa's signal anywhere in the vicinity either. Got away? How'd that piece of shit jester pull that off? He appeared to be using some manner of instantaneous travel, although such a thing shouldn't be possible with existing magecraft. Perhaps it's some ability unique to the foreign god's disciples, or some spell unknown to us. Or alternatively, it could be a form of Eastern technique. Jin Sokutsu. Worry not, you'll never need to know. For what use is such knowledge to corpses? Right you are, big brother. Let's kill them here and now. You two are going to be the easiest bosses so far. Well, no, Aphrodite's easy because even if Queen Sheba struggled, I don't really have any issues. Yeah, this is the final battle against the Dioscuri. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Come on. Alright, fine. Where's my main archer here? Single target archer here. I should use Chloe, but I've got Quick, so time to go with the Quick. And I'm gonna be using Plug Suit because, screw that. You two have been a pain in my rear for so long, and the game keeps trying to insist I can't beat you. Well, I'm due for this. So this is where you so-called God Destroyer pests have been hiding. I suspected you might have been laying low in Hades' domain. I still can't believe you were truly lurking in the underground infrastructure all this time. I doubt you've only restricted yourself to Hephaestus' workshop either. I suspect you're able to rendezvous so easily because you must all be underground dwellers. The people of Olympus are meant to live in designated above-ground areas where they can enjoy the light of the sun, the twinkling of the stars. But this underground infrastructure, Tartarus, to use its proper name, is a place of darkness created solely for resource distribution. It's no place for the living. Right you are, little sister. Tartarus is made up of parts from old gods defeated during the Titanomachina, magical energy from Gigantus defeated Gigantomachina, and the remains of the losers from Olympia Machina. In other words, the underground is no more than a land of death and darkness, where only the dead may roam freely. You humans, imbeciles that we are, decide to hide away here, even though you still live. Death can be the only price for their transgression, big brother, light you are, little sister. They're trying to be creepy, but it ain't working on me. This will be no execution, no administration of divine justice. We're merely exterminating vermin. Yes, big brother. Vermin? I heard that. Did you just call us vermin, Dioscuri? You're damn right I did. You humans were always weak and foolish, but once you chose not only resist the gods, but ultimately revolt, you ceased to be citizens of Olympus. Now you're nothing more than insects. Yes, that's it. I always thought you pathetic god destroyers reminded me of something whenever I killed one of you, and now I see what it is, insects, no more than a squash one, another pops up in its place. Finally figured out, that's exactly what you are. It took you that long to figure out an insult? Holy crap! It's not a very elegant comparison, big brother, but it's accurate. Oh, you make me sick. Was that directed at me, human girl? Yes, it was, Pollux. All you ever do is compliment your brother or agree with him. You don't have a single original thought in your head. Well, glad someone took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say that, but Adele put it better than I ever could. When you truly care for someone, you don't just stand by when they make a mistake like your brother is. Gods have dominion over humans, but they don't go around killing them out of spite. No, that's just the sort of thing. Yeah, that's what... Yeah, Gemini's Castor was originally... That's right, Senpai. Castor of the Gemini constellation said to have been human. We know for certain the gods were known as originally twins in ancient times. But over time, they became part of Greek mythology. They changed. We don't know for certain that the gods known as Dioscuri were originally twins in ancient times, but over time, as they became part of Greek mythology, they changed. Pollux, the younger brother, was an immortal son of Zeus, while the older brother, Castor, was completely human. The truth, Dioscuri, one of your motives for all the atrocities and murders committed, including your brutal slaughter of the God Destroyer alliances, membership is really quite simple. Your orders from Zeus represent an excellent excuse, but you simply hate human beings. Because you are one. Huh? What's this all about? Stop it. I can't believe it. Are you kidding me? Look me in the eye and answer me, Dioscuri. Did you really kill our comrades? Our father, mother, over some stupid petty ancient grudge? Oh, shut up, Berman. You are the presence of gods. Loathsome humans, you frail, pathetic kings barely survive without us to guide you. Yeah, we hit the nerve here. The reason he's so angry is because he doesn't like the fact that he is in fact human. Yet despite your weakness, you somehow drag us down, clinging to us amidst the past of eternity. It was your human's faith, your belief, that turned me into one of you in proper human history. If that weren't bad enough, you also degraded my beloved sister, turning into a mere demigod. Big brother, oh, it was humanity's fault, all of it. You're so weak that you cower, shivering in the darkness, and you won't cease your revolting breeding. You continue to advance, to flourish. And then, in your unparalleled insolence, you name yourselves the rulers of the earth. Are the gods supposed to just ignore this transgression? Should we forgive this incredible sin? No, absolutely not. That's the reason you kill our friends, our family? Contemptuous fool, that alone's more than if you kill every last one species. In fact, you should be thanking me for the graciousness and only killing those of you who have turned your backs on Father. Go on, praise my beloved, so I'll give you the mercy of a swift death. No, we do not be doing any of that. We're not going to die here, and we'll never let you two kill us. How dare you defy my brother? Well, it's simple logic. You just revealed your backstory and motivations to us, which means you no longer have any role in the story. Therefore, this is your end. Well, what do you know? Now it all makes sense. Guess old Wodime has one hell of a sadistic streak. So these little blonde shitheads hate human with a passion, huh? Guess that explains a lot. To be honest, up until now, I can never figure out why you pricks killed me back at Atlantis. Turns out the answer is pretty simple. The truth is, you're jealous of me becoming a divine spirit and getting my hands on Poseidon's holy weapon. Ain't that right, Mr. Destined to become a weak-ass human caster? Shut up. One more word insulting my brother and you'll live just long enough to regret it, pitifully human. Ah, see, that's it, right? That's right. That right there is why you idiots keep getting taken advantage of. That's how I end up free enough to turn down the winning team and side with these Chaldea dipshits. Think Wodime trusts you implicitly, huh? Guess you're not wrong, because he definitely trusts you to keep your absurd hatreds like the drooling morons you are. Heard enough, big brother. No more need to be said. All that's left to do is kill every last one of them. Pollux, we are not. We are the Dioscuri, the twin gods. Or light may normally serve as a guiding beacon. For you lot, will be an inescapable blade of death, punishing you for your sins. Mash, keep Adelia and Macario safe. Understood. I am ready, Master. Preparing to engage in anti-divinity combat. We won't even need... Yeah, notice how pretty much nothing has changed this time. We're just going to win because they were foolish enough to reveal their history to us. We'll kill them all here. Everything? Temporary Aegis. Let's see here. Resistance to all attacks and decreased damage taken. Replace her with my Scotty. 3 life bars. I should theoretically be able to do this just fine. Let's hope they don't know they're immune to... Wait, what? They're not immune to that? Mobilize. Okay. Oh, yeah. They have immobilization immune so that you can't use your Raleigh to take them out. Not a problem. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go with a quick brave chain so that I can guarantee maximum stars out of this. Then I can probably take them out with my criticals alone. There we go. Yeah, over 300% damage. Entwined twin gods. Oh, they really hate Scotty, don't they? You're not doing anything to Attila the Santa. Fortunately, this does throw me off. Damn it, I don't have a... And actually, I might be able to do this. Black Barrel, Buster Up, Ignore Defense. I can only hope this works. Dang, look at all that. Artillery Mystic Code. Alright, force them to focus on MASH. There we go. Alright, this should work. I probably didn't need that, but oh well. Alright, Brave Chain from Altera. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Overgage. And these arts should get her towards her next NP. There we go. Overgage bonus. Convict Light. This is fine. He's gonna hit MASH. Yeah, MASH isn't gonna survive that. Oh no, she will because she has guts. Oh dang, she's still alive. Alright, this should do the trick. We still have crit damage up, so we should be fine. Yeah, in theory. Not as good as I was hoping. There we go. Adele support. Alright, now the support Scotty's coming in. And this is just enough for this. They can't be immobilized, but... Ignore Invincible, so if they try and do something next turn, I can easily handle this. Good. Alright, quick effect. Quick Brave effect. Oh, excellent, because that's a critical... Yeah. Mana Burst, Light Ancient. Anyone but Altera, anyone but Altera. Okay, good. This sucks losing Scotty, but she used all of her skills. We're in good shape. Yeah, that ain't gonna save ya, dear Scurry. Can I remove a debuff? This debuff? Yep, I can. Ha. Alright, she should theoretically be able to finish it with that. Let's go. We got him. There we go.
貴様たちもよくやった。もちろん一番活躍したのは私だがな。
Jason came through again. Now that's a leader for you. But of course, Tilda Santa did a lot of heavy lifting there. She's definitely my strongest one as long as I have Scotty. Oh, no, you don't. That rigidity, that immobility, it can't be. The light radiating from your shield, is that Athena's protection, the Aegis? No, now that Odysseus is gone, the Aegis should no longer exist in this Lostbelt. Indeed, that is not the true Aegis. But by extracting and purifying Athena's Theos, the Nike Sophia, her final authority of victory, I was able to change it into a form suitable for ingestion, and mixed it in with Queen Europa's cooking. And that's not all. Heroic, rather divine spirit Canis. I know this may be overstepping my bounds, but I took the liberty of tweaking your spirit origin a bit, so as to better synchronize with Poseidon's authority. Forgive me, exalted tyrant. How long am I supposed to complain about a guy who's already dead, you idiot? So I'll save that shit for later. Meanwhile, I'll just help myself to every last bit of that asshole god's vortex power. Get ready, little shits. Now that my spirit is sharper than ever, Canis is unleashed. I'm gonna pay you back for what you did to me, Atlantis, for your pathetic, whiny grudge 1,000 times over. Is that Poseidon's trident I'm sensing? She must have raised her spiritual rank. Be careful, big brother. Humans, stupid, pathetic, insignificant. What could the likes of you have for a divine artifact? And God will forever be on your means. Have at you. Oh yes, it's far beyond us to be able to kill God. That's why we've already knocked over like 4. I'm the god of light. I will tear you to pieces and scatter you to the winds. But you're not the god of winds, so screw you. I'll follow your lead. Same. Looks like we finally got one more shot at victory. Fine by me. Let's make the most of it. Now that we've got Athena's Aegis, a spear that's imbued with the power of the Poseidon's trident, between an invincible shield and an unparalleled spear, we should be able to take them both out simultaneously. Get ready, Dioscuri. I'm taking both your heads as soon as I get the chance. Big brother. This ends now. I already know exactly what the spirit's like. Oh, I see. It's because he knows take out the master, or the servants can't survive. Senpai. Ah! He's got me by the head. I can't even move. Nobody move. On second thought, I take that back. Move if you like. Just know if you do, I'll use my light speed to rip his spine clear out through his neck. That's right. I'm going to do the Scorpion. Wait, is that the Scorpion that's not the get over here? Or is that someone else's fatality? I don't remember. But I do know Mortal Kombat absolutely has one. Well done, big brother. I'm so impressed that you keenly ascertained the enemy's key weakness even in the midst of this tumultuous battle. I was looking for a chance to take his head myself, but the little Aegis girl was irritatingly consistent about protecting him. I was nothing, little sister. After all, this is far from my first time killing humans. It's always the same. First they stupidly commit, then they die while trying to protect the weak. Once you zero in on target, there's nothing you can do against our light speed. Big brother, you're bleeding from your mouth. Oh no, please tell me you didn't use your authority to move faster than light. I've forgotten that we're now only divine spirits, not proper gods. Making use of your authority could destroy our spirit core. A little blood's not going to stop me. You've pushed yourself beyond your limits, you only make things worse for yourself. How dare you? Smack. Superhero's mouthy after I've torn your head off. Senpai, don't move. I mean, you do realize that it's killing me. It just means you've lost all your leverage. Granted, heroic spirits can't survive without a master, but thing is, the ones here are taking a power from the Earth itself. So Musashi, technically, she's been a rogue servant for a while. She'd be fine, you know. Mash would be Mash is a demi-servant, so she'd be fine. The ones I summoned would be screwed, but Sherlock is taken. As far as we're aware, Sherlock is one that's been summoned by the world itself to combat the humanity's end. Hold it, you just moved into. It seems I'll need to give you a fitting punishment, shield girl. Use that great shield to cut off your own. May spare this man's life. Don't do it. You know very well they can't do it without losing their leverage. What? What was that, human? That power just fell from your head. What was that? No, it couldn't be. The power to kill gods. You! It was you! That black light that killed Demeter and Aphrodite, the vile god-killing weapon that shouldn't exist. You're its ammunition! Damn you! Big brother, why did you let go of him? It's because I used my own power for the Black Barrel. It's like when powering the White Aura Sight. You have to use a piece of yourself. It wasn't just a command spell, it was a piece of my own vitality, my own life energy. Big brother? Senpai. Thanks, Mash. Senpai's safe. The rest of you take it from here. Take him down, twins. Death to mine enemies. Hades! Let the blade of bravery shine forth. Athena! Those special mystic codes? No, using some form of magecraft. And since they were calling out the names of gods, they must be using Age of Gods maincraft to make use of the divine spirit power. Bruh. Damn you, humans! What could you be hoping to achieve by allying yourself with revolting power from proper human history? Even if their help doesn't enable your foolish rebellion to succeed, there'll be nothing waiting for you afterwards. Even if that's true, we're still not going to let this end here. We refuse to let this be our final resting place. No matter how many times we're made to submit to the gods' power, at least we can keep shouting this isn't over yet. We may just be humans and not gods, but we can at least do that. Even the heavens we seek are impossibly far, we'll never stop saying it. This isn't over yet. Well, glad to see the better twins prevailed. Then I'll ask you this. Tell me, Alliance woman, why did you not stop your brother? Surely you know both know where this path leads. Death. Yes, death from this point on, no matter what you do, you'll die. Either we gods tear you to pieces, or you'll be destroyed along with the Lostbelt. So why? Why do you two? Because both my brother and I believe that a real tomorrow should be far better than an endless today. What a joke. Now that Hades is gone, there's no one left to ensure the souls of the dead find new lives. Death is truly the end. Don't you see that? Yeah, we see it. Even so, we want to finally see it tomorrow, different yet from yesterday. Ah, big brother. Two enemy servants' magical energies are rapidly vanishing. They're about to disappear. The Dioscuri certainly had a tough spirit origin, but it seems our attacks finally reached their divine core. Behold what has transpired here. You both said it was impossible, but none of the humans of Olympus shattered your divine core. So it would seem. Very well then, humans. Keep pushing your luck. Go ahead and forge your path where only despair awaits. And know that there will never truly be anything more than a single step right to a dead end. Be that as it may, we still don't want to live in a world where every day is like that which came before. Even if oblivion's the only thing waiting, we want to see a new tomorrow. And there you have it. The Dioscuri have vanished, and Prometheus Hephaestus is completely shut down. But Chaldea is still alive and well, along with two God Destroyer Alliance members. Oh, and Cain is still working for them too. She must be pretty peeved at you for forsaking her. Yes, I suppose that would be. I cannot blame him for feeling that way either. Of course, I can't imagine an apology from me would be anything other than demand that I shut up. Met with anything other than demand to shut up. That's it. You're a lot less bothered by it than I expected. I do feel bad for what happened to the Dioscuri, though. I wish I'd been able to better get through to them. What do you mean? I thought you and the Dioscuri got along swimmingly. We may have gotten along, but we never truly understood one another. They hated humans too much for that. I told them I was going to make a new age of gods, and even revealed my friendship with Zeus. They simply weren't able to discern what it is I speak, and for that, I wasn't prepared to face the full extent of their hatred. You know, perhaps Alex would have done a better job than me getting to the heart of their weakness, being their hatred for humans. The Dioscuri worshipped the ground Zeus walked on. His friend, they look up to you as well? That's different. He never got as far as forgiving humans, they only accepted me because Zeus did. You know, now that I think about it, I wish I hadn't fought them in front of Zeus. I doubt things would have turned out the way they did if they hadn't had Zeus as acting judge in the background. Hey, what's done is done. You can't expect anything and everything to go perfectly, even for you. So let's just forget about the past and focus on the present. With Cain and Dioscuri gone, you've lost almost every soldier at your command. Are you sure you're in good enough shape for the endgame? Now that Zeus lost Demeter and Aphrodite, he won't hesitate to use the Tree of Emptiness. We both know that the Tree of Emptiness, Magellan, is currently the single biggest pool of magic energy in this entire planet. But us cryptors are supposed to be the ones to use it. We can't let Zeus get his hands on it first. That means when the chips are down, your alliance with Zeus will fall apart. So doesn't that mean your greatest adversary isn't Chaldea, but Zeus protecting the Tree of Emptiness? Oh, I wouldn't put it that way. My greatest adversary certainly could use to be Chaldea. That's why I used up one of the last 2 times I planned to personally fight on them. It's a shame how that battle turned out. He was just too amped up to think straight. If he had held his ground resolutely as I'd heard he did in the Temple of Time, it would have been a much closer call for me. The truth is, in practice, there wasn't much difference between mine and Alex's combat capabilities. His various exploits to date have proven that beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm still a lot more scared of you and your ability to say so. It shows that you could have easily got the upper hand. If you say so, at any rate, whether or not we have a rematch is entirely up to them. I already promised Zeus I would fight him last. It's even part of our contract. Huh? You see, a rematch decide who the fate of this world of gods would be conditioned for his cooperating. Rather heartwarming, isn't it? I guess not even the king of gods could commit a loss to stand. Ah, that's a surprise. Never would have thought the great and mighty Zeus to have such, well, human motivations. Of course he would. Not lacking that quality would certainly be the task of being the god that leads humanity. Which is why I pity him for making the decision he's about to have to make. Namely, the choice of what to do about Queen Europa and her betrayal of Olympus. Yeah, I mean, I imagine he's going to either... Oh. I'm the thunder that smites the stars. Section 18. Lostbelt. I am the thunder that smites the stars. So this is where we finally get to face Zeus, I take it. Directly beneath the 5th Tree of Emptiness, Magellan. Interstellar mountainous city, Olympus. Great orbital shrine Olympia. Its center of operations. This will be neither sacrifice nor prayer. All we seek is the King of God's judgment. He has ruled the heavens since the dawn of time, emerging triumphant in no less than 4 Macha. By day he rules the clear skies, by night he conquers what lies beyond them. He is the wielder of the great 1,000 thunderbolts, capable of shattering stars, galaxies, even the very universe itself. None less than the authority of Zerionus and Cronus bow to his will. Oh yes, he's the great demiurge, the one who wields the Cronus crown for eternity. Oh mighty Zeus, please grace us with your presence. Tell us what should be done with this cowardly, treacherous queen. Europa. I trust you understand why you, my priestess and queen, stand here awaiting sentence like a common criminal. Lord Zeus? Well now, I simply must ask, what in the world were you thinking, O queen? Indeed, your heavenly Zeus is a queen and priestess. You're a direct recipient of his love. And yet this is how you repay him, with treason and treachery. It is your guidance that enabled the pitiful dredge of the Forge Machia to vanquish both Demeter and Aphrodite. Ah, how tragic, ah, how shameful. Even worse, it was all for nothing. No matter how hard you struggle, proper human history home will never return. There's no longer a Europe to call you mother. What a waste. Utter foolishness. I suppose this is simply what comes of letting humans act on their feelings. Enough. You know we have no reason to involve ourselves with Olympus's affairs, Limbo. Our only job is to await the foreign god's advent. Your interference has overstepped its bounds. Oh, believe me, I was very uncertain as to whether or not I should get involved. But when I saw such deplorable spectacle unfold before my very eyes, why, I couldn't help but take these matters into my own hands. Indeed, if offering my own head would make things right, it'd be a small price to pay. Gods and foreign lands. The time of judgment's at hand. There will be silence in my great shrine. Yes, of course, my most humble apologies. In that case, by all means. We disciples of the foreign god humbly await your most just and righteous decision, mighty Zeus. Please take all the time you need. Dang, what's gonna happen to Europa? If they're dragging her to Zeus's altar, it's gonna be because they're about to cut her head off, right? Very possibly. Oh, damn. I don't get it. Europa still hasn't told them our names, even though we'd make the perfect scapegoats. Why not? If she just tells us cryptors made her do, I'm sure they at least spare her life. Calm down, Kadok. You really should learn to think before you speak one of these days. I know Zeus agreed not to listen in our conversation as part of his contract. We don't know for sure if he's keeping his word. You're right, I'm sorry. That said, the fact his thunderbolts haven't already burnt us to a crisp is a good sign. That he is. As for Europa, it's not hard if you think about it. There's a very simple reason she's not saying anything. It's because she doesn't want you to die here. Or me, for that matter. Besides, I'm pretty sure she hasn't given up yet. Even now, she's chosen to remain materialized instead of ending her own. Herself. She's really strong, isn't she? Well, of course she is. You don't get to be the mother of Europe by being weak. A Kadok. I'm gonna go see Wody, mate. I don't know if it'll make any difference, but we're gonna try coming clean. Go for it. In the meantime, I've got something of my own I want to try. You're not gonna take yourself out, right? Of course not. There's no way I'm dying in a world without Daybit in it. No, I'm gonna make sure a certain cartoonishly evil monk gets his comeuppance. Europa. I do not think you've gone mad. I'm certain you agonized over the choice you made. However, you should have said something to me before settling down your chosen path. If you had done that, we could have avoided needless bloodshed, and the gods who are now dead would not be still alive. What a tragedy. I loved you, and I saw a chance for a Lostbelt in human history to find understanding. It seems your blood ties to your original world was stronger than I much realized. What's done is done, as I must well know, but I'm asking you the same. Why? This Lostbelt, this world of which I rule, is the path this world must take for Earth to be restored, for mythology to be restored. This is the path humans are meant to follow, and yet, why, my queen, why'd you do it? Gentle Zeus, alas, what you feel for my humans like myself, my dearest Zeus, is not love. You are a great protector of humans. You did a wonderful job guiding. I can even see genuine compassion in your eyes when you look upon us. It is, however, not a matter of which one looks upon equals. It is the matter of which one looks upon pets. Truly in great omnipotence, you must already know that. Europa. Indeed, you are correct that I do. The love we give to humanity has been the love one has for pets ever since we awoke as gods. Perhaps things would have been different back then. Back when we were built, we were but unthinking ships with only enough intelligence across the sea of stars. No, my dear Zeus, I'm afraid you are mistaken. Humanity would never have loved a ship without a heart at all. Mighty Zeus, I'm overjoyed you've decided to take a form that resembles ours. Europa, I have no doubt that the love you feel for me is genuine. However, I cannot overlook the sins you committed by aiding the deaths of 2 gods. Even my twin children, the Dioscuri, are now gone from my interstellar mountainous city, thanks indirectly to you. Thus, with a heavy heart, I must pass judgment. Attention, my beloved citizens of Olympus. I, the all-powerful Zeus, bring news from atop the great Olympus shrine, Olympia Dodona. A decision's been made, a decision has been made. Queen Europa, my beloved emissary from proper human history, has regrettably committed a grave sin. Deicide. Weep and wail, my beloved citizens. Your lamentations are my tears, your wails are my anguish. At noon today, upon Olympia's great altar, there will be a public execution of Europa. My beloved citizens, you will all be shown a video. Watch it closely and let the cheers spell down. Once the execution's over, you'll be permitted to mourn the loss of our queen for the next 100 years. Guess we're going to do some more farming, so let's bring back our farmer. Yeah, let's just go with a berserker. That's too many different classes. And let's change the lineup here, shall we? Yeah, let's use my Scotty since she has her bond CE here. Fo! Did you hear that, Senpai? They're gonna publicly execute. I heard, and noon is only 3 hours from now. Easy there, young man. I can't have you running off yet again when we've just reestablished our connection. Just make sure you're all safe and sound back in the Alliance base. Good? Okay, good. Now, hold on just a moment. I've just finished going over your latest reports. I need a moment to think. Putting aside a recent run-in with Koyan Sky is condensed to a single line that simply says encountered and fought. It's simply condensed to a line. Oh yes, took the liberty of abridging our battle report, as she continues to be rather sore subject for Gordolf. In the meantime, I'd appreciate if you kept the truth of her identity just between us, at least until our mission here is concluded. True, we don't have time to worry about her right now anyways. She's not a threat at the moment anyways, so best focus on the one in front of us. I say, why are you all hushed up over there? We can hardly afford to be confused right now. Also, I see a grand article ether is now in your possession. Good. It's most unfortunate the collaborator Queen Europa was captured. It's also a great shame you lost a capable ally in Prometheus Hephaestus, and that the enemy now knows about your underground hideout. However, in spite of all that, we are by no means at a disadvantage. Thankfully, Queen Europa's execution does not change our situation, which is the most important thing. Really, now that Ether is safe in our possession, it seems to me her role in the operation is over, am I wrong? Well, true, I doubt the collaborator would have a major part to role to play from here on out. Well, this will of course be easier said than done. The final phase, we only need to activate the Ether in front of Zeus. And as such, painful though it may be, there's nothing for us to gain by rescuing Queen Europa from her public execution. If anything, the more prudent thing is to stay far away, as it's very likely intended as an ambush designed to lure us in and wipe us out at once. Yo, Harry, even I can see how obvious that is, and besides, the fact is, at this point, whatever happens to her has no effect on us. You do understand what I'm getting at? This is difficult to say, but we are fighting a war. In times of war, one must sometimes make unpleasant decisions and even be callous. So, as one who's walked the path of cruelty and callousness myself, let me offer you this advice. Now is not the time to deliberate. Whatever you decide, I urge you make your choice quickly. Do you think we should make up our minds soon? Indeed I do, she maiden. Right now, our ultimate objective is to cut down the Tree of Emptiness, and to do that, we also need to slay Zeus. Of course, we know what will happen if we're successful. Carrying the Tree of Emptiness will end this Lostbelt, causing Olympus to disappear, and Adele and me will probably end up dying. Ooh! Well, it's technically a lot worse than that, but I've never been able to observe from the inside exactly what happens with Lostbelt when it disappears from Earth, so I can't say for sure what will happen. But yes, we expect everything will disappear, and the chance of any life forms surviving is vanishingly small. Yes, we understand. The gods once told us the destruction of the Tree of Emptiness would mean the death of all Olympians. We know that, we still choose to remain. Even if we're all going to die anyway once we succeed, Queen Europa doesn't deserve to be executed. She should at least have a more dignified death. No, that's not it, and that's how I feel, only pretext and excuse. Everyone on Olympus gave up on being a father, mother, or any kind of parental figure long ago. They're all just things to be protected, mindless reeds who never think about anything besides showing themselves before the gods. But something about Lady Europa reminded me of my mother. I see. She doesn't see humans like you and Miss Adele as mere things to be protected, but rather as children whom she'd rather see learn and grow, as a true parent would. Yeah, that's right. I know I spent a tiny bit of time with her last night, but when I saw her breathing 10,000 years, we spent stagnation, how she and Adele laughed together. One felt like I was looking at our mother again. Ooh. Yeah, as far as Olympus is concerned, no, that's not it. As far as we're concerned, Europa's the last mother that ever look out for us. She's the last person we ever wished a future we can learn and grow, and that's why I want to witness the Tree of Emptiness' destruction, face our final moments with her together. Final moments, huh? Yes, that's how I feel. Sister, I feel the same way, Macarius. There's dignity in death. As an anti-hero who stole that dignity from far too many people, Master, I too would like you grant their wish, so the end of all things in the past may at least be a peaceful one. Indeed, that is also the wish held by many lives I stole, lives that were lost to treasures that lost thousands of years ago, and those wish even now resonates firmly within my soul. I don't get it. I could never make a choice that would result in my death. I don't even want to think about making one or remember such choices exist, but that being said, I would never reject another's choice made under such circumstances, nor would I mock or deride it. I just find it very sad. And I understand that if it was the only one thing one could ask for in their final moments, it would be share those moments with someone precious to them. Well, not me, of course, certainly not me. As a mage, my mind easily transcends such mundane human concerns. At any rate, very well, I understand how you feel. So, under the circumstances... Okay. Let's go stop Queen Europa's execution. Right, exactly. Besides, you two have done nothing but help us ever since we arrived. And while I would like to reward you at the moment, I can't even present you with a single freshly baked croissant. So, while this is undoubtedly be risky, if this is the best reward the Alliance could ask for, God Destroyer Alliance could ask for, then we at Caldera are more than willing to help. Hang on, you already agreed? Would you ladies let me finish my little speech first? Because I was already sure you'd agree. Oh, you guys. Thank you. We know we're being very selfish, but selfish my ass. You don't need to save us. Besides, we know plain now how far you're willing to go for what you believe in. I barely remember what my own mother looked like, but if I could, I'm sure I'd want to protect her too. So yeah, no way we're gonna ignore your request and go our separate ways after everything done for us. Yeah, exactly. Seems like we reached an agreement. Then our next stop is the Great Orbital Shrine. Finally, Operation God Destroyer will be taking the fight to the enemy. You guys better not mess up this last part. Now. Encouraged, I'm not discouraged. Good luck, everyone. Oh yeah, time for the final golden attack. Let's teach Soul Zeus a thing or two. But first, Venus? Oh, he finally wrapped up the little sappy crap. About damn time. Also, you know, his samurai intuition, you know, whatever can be kind of creepy. Canis, you were in spear form? Pick up your damn shield. See that? There's official guards hiding every damn room in the underground. I know those Dioscuri bastards must have tipped them off about us. Check it out, they're crawling up our collective asses as we speak. Canis is right, picking dozens of clearly hostile magical energy signals near the base. Fo. Target spotted. There you are, vile Chaldeans. I see the Destroyer Alliance is here too. Listen up, you scum, and do what we say, and we'll grant you the mercy of painless death. But if you should show the slightest of resistance, we'll bring the full force of the Olympus official god in your heads. What is your answer? Everyone get ready, we're gonna push through. You guys couldn't stop us on the surface, you're not stopping us now. Activating Orton Axis emergency combat, engaging anti-maintenance functionality, output 60-70, stabilized over just 70%. Alright, protection's still in effect, so commencing battle. Luckily, we should be mostly near where we need to be.
戦闘かなるべく避けたいところだけどしかし連中だな他にやることじゃないこういうのどうだバカすなわちランチタイムどれにしようかなお任せした
Easy.
これが答えだ陰気高級をぞ
Here we go.
というわけで皆の道だ最近お昼休み7時くりGood morningこういうこともできる
つまり連中だな他にやることないの
玉も地獄無王さ
This should finish off this wave here. Oh, well, there's gonna be one enemy left alive, but I can probably just kill it with basic attack cards.
Good morning
Origin Chimera. Okay, that's a berserker, so I can use the casters for this.
なんだ
Not ideal, obviously, but it's the best I can do with this short notice.
こうだ
罠だ
なんだと
Oh, nice crit. There we go. Easy.
震え凍てつき砕け散る時まで諦めることは許さんぞ
All hostiles have temporarily disappeared. We've subdued all the guards. Excellent. Ah, these guards are nothing now. I must have gotten even stronger now as before. We all know they're just tough as ever, Canis. We just happen to have momentum on our side We have momentum on our side at the moment. But that won't be the case if we have to face 2 more waves in here, so we better get going while the getting's good. I know, I was just saying it. Why the hell do you talk so weirdly sometimes? Cut it out, get on my nerves. Ah, where'd you guys go? Ain't nothing to jar and well, get out. We have to abandon the base, come on. We can get to the surface from the southern corridor, let's hurry. We'll test our heroic spirits. Oh, this doesn't look good. I'm afraid our circuits were damaged during that battle. Hate to say, but this seems to be as far as we go. But please don't worry about us, my lady. We've already said our goodbyes. At least our heroic spirit selves here. Remember, we're just AIs and their personas. Indeed, they certainly couldn't program our emotions into us on top of everything else. While I may not feel sad as Barting, it was still an honor to have fought by our sides, even if we were only heartless AIs. Not all, the honor was all ours. Alright, thank you, everyone. Farewell, Master of Chaldea. Fo! Looks like we're finally getting to wrap everything up. We're currently directly underneath central Alder Town. We should be able to see the Great Orbital Shrine up in the sky once we reach the surface. Our first step would be to escape the surface, while our second would be to use the Magecraft to take flight. From there, we'll make our way directly to the shrine. Will that work, Macarius? Shouldn't be a problem. Hey, Mustache. Why are you talking about me? You have an issue with my decision? Nah, I'm sure you didn't make that call lightly. Now, if you just agreed to go along with spur of the moment because the twin speech moved you, then I'd be smashing your face in. Nah, you're actually weirdly persuasive back there. Alright, Gordolf. Use my name, what's it now? Let's leave the base, we're gonna be fighting off enemies left and right. You might not get another chance to talk and go on and say this now. I will kill Zeus. On that, you have my word. When I do, we'll officially be even. You got with that? Good with that? Absolutely. It sounds more than acceptable. Good luck, Canis. Also, once you take the skies, we'll be right behind you on the storm border. Oh ho! So the storm border will be joining the fray as well. Now it's truly starting to feel like the final showdown's upon us. While I doubt we'll be able to control the skies completely, we can at least throw them into confusion. We can do that much, right, Technical Advisor? Yeah, we can. I personally guarantee it. At long last, it's time for us to take the skies of Olympus. You're back. What do you mean by take the skies? Captain's just about to back on his feet now, too. From here on, the Stormbird will be here to back you guys up. First, we need to get it rebooted. Once we do that, we'll be ready to unveil its special flight capabilities, which means the next time we see each other, it'll be up in the big blue yonder. So make sure you survive long enough to take flight, and we'll do our best to survive long enough to reach the Great Orbital Shrine's airspace. Alright, sounds good. Sorry to interrupt, Kadok, but we've got wyverns. Are you kidding me? I just defeated a servant. I'm running out of fumes here. Oh, I see. Fortunately, I still have a little magical energy to spare myself. Oh, is that so? Must be nice for you being a hotshot elite with magical circuits out your ass. Damn, what the hell's with all these wyverns? I can't believe they're blotting out the sky. Not even the tropiest of trophy blockbusters resort to a played-out cliche like this. What are two masters supposed to do alone against numbers like that? Instead, I don't expect the of all people to go with something a lot more avant-garde. What the hell kind of snark is that? Because I'm using a movie just because I'm movie comparisons doesn't mean you should too. Oh, come on. Now you're sulking. I'm the one who feels like sulking. Let's get out of here. There's no way you can win. Alright, first we're gonna find a ley line, then we're gonna summon a servant and start fighting back. Got that, Wodame? Sure as hell not giving up without fight. We can't afford to lose, not with all humanity counting on us. I already took my tendency to whine my inferiority complex and tossed them seeing river yesterday, so I'm ready to do this one way or another. Yes, exactly, Kadok. Much stronger and more obstinate mage than you give yourself credit for. See, is that supposed to be what if they were in the... Oh, good grief, just our luck that this one be Rome, where all seasoned emperors are alive. Yeah, this is them if they were in the singular instead of us. I wonder if the 5 good emperors are here too. I've always secretly admired Emperor Hadrian. Didn't I warn you to keep that sort of fanboying to a minimum, Wodame? As if what you babbled about in France wasn't bad enough. Hold on, Ophelia. If we use the Arc de Trump Catalyst, do you think we can summon Napoleon? I couldn't believe it. Besides, the Singularity was in 1831, and the Arc de Trump was built until 1836. So it wouldn't have even been there in the first place. I'm not so sure. If history becomes muddled with singularities, why not space-time too? Let's try to take this seriously. Whatever happened to your usual cool-headed self? Alright, listen up. I'll handle the direct combat. You handle things like negotiating with locals, ascertaining the situation, coming up with plans. Any objections? Not at all. You're much more capable in battle than I am, so I'm happy to... But I swear, I didn't even know you were capable of being so accommodating. I really have to remind you of the last 2 masters who've been entrusted with restoring humanity. That's the whole reason we were invited to Chaldea. We can't afford to make a single mistake. So let's do what we came here, Wodame. It's our duty. Come on now, Hinako. You know better than to go on the deck without taking proper precautions. After all, you're, well, what would you say? Won't you drown the moment you fall into the sea? I think the you-know-whats you're talking about, it can't handle water or a western thing. Whatever the case, it has no bearing on me. I do know what I am, and it isn't what you seem to think. I'm just an ordinary mage, a master like any other. You know what's... That's how I've been presenting myself all this time. You knew my secret all along. Why are you only now bringing it up? I wish I could take credit for figuring that out sooner, but honestly I can't. I honestly had no idea. I knew you were hiding something, of course, but I didn't realize you were you-know-what until the Singularity. It's quite a shock. I never would have guessed you were hiding something this well. I don't know if serious is the right word, but certainly fascinating. Fascinating my foot. It's a matter of life and death for me, you know? Also, when do you get to be so insensitive? I sworn you're a lot more tactful back in Chaldea. Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't have been so careless with someone else's secrets. I suppose this singularity just feels so open and liberating compared to the ones we've seen so far that I end up being a bit more freewheeling than usual. So we've both been putting on an act, then. That's my turn to be shocked. I had no idea you were such a good listener. You remind me of someone I knew a long time ago. He always acted and spoke like a perfect noble, yet he was surprisingly easygoing and soft on the inside. He was too kind for his own good, so much he ended up poisoning himself just to keep the peace around him. If that's what you really like too, are you sure we're going to be going forward? You know that we're the only ones left who can restore humanity, right? Well, not that it matters much to me either way. I couldn't care less if human history goes on or not. So if I ever get bored of this in bail, you have to figure the rest on your own. London. Hard to believe there's a singularity in London as well, even if the Mage Association's nowhere to be found. At least it looks like Clock Tower Underground's still the same. What do you make of this mist barrel? Yeah, it's definitely not cursed. This toxic fog is based in science. I'd bet there's a giant boiler or something belching out somewhere. I mean, we're dealing with an industrial revolution now, yeah? Man, my old lady hated that age of the passion. Said it made her little house in the woods even more unbearable to live in. What about you? Is this misaffecting your magical circuits? Aw, thanks. No, you cared. But don't worry, I'm totally fine. My old lady's the only one who hated consumer culture. Me, I'm okay with it. Trust me, when it comes to settling scores, I'll take a trusty pistol over a finicky magecraft any day of the week. True, I have to agree with you there, but only as long as your opponent's vulnerable to firearms. Yeah, it's a good point. It's pretty much all ghost and automa here. Whatever, guess I can act like a mage and do some actual magecraft for once. Alright then. Most bad guys tend to make their hideouts on the ground. Let's find the nearest subway. We can crush them and move on. Gotta say though, between the two of us, I'm not too worried. Sure, I was kinda shocked when I found out that the rest of the team had been, killed. But as long as you're around, I'm sure we'll be fine. No, oh, but watch yourself, you hear? I'm not just this weak. I'm notoriously fickle too. If we're not careful, I could just end up going over the enemy side. So just keep one hand on the reins while you're out there threading this needle, okay? It was implied that Beryl might be one of the more untrustworthy of them all. I can't believe we need to cross the entire American continent on foot. That alone is to make this one of the most difficult singularities so far. But I wouldn't give for a jet plane about now. Heck, I'd take a helicopter. No, that's enough whining out of you, mister. It's only been 300 kilometers so far, right? We'll be at a city where we can get a hold of a car soon enough. Ooh, wonder if they'll have a pickup truck. You must have some very strong legs, Pepe. Yeah, what was your movement technique called? Shinsokutsu, one of the 6, yeah. I've been using Magecraft to enhance my own legs, but that only goes so far. I'm certainly not going to be running a marathon anytime soon. Now come now. Hey, didn't I tell you I was going to call me by my real name? It's my Jiaru, remember? I figure it's the least I can do to show you a bit of respect after everything you've been through. Is that one of your powers too? Right you are. Pashinitsu, the power to read others' minds. Though in my case, I can only tell the color of others' auras. Still, with a color scheme as complex as yours, it's enough to give me a pretty good idea. I swear, God's gonna be so cruel, and you've done absolutely nothing but help us. Anyway, tell me, what do you think I'll croak? Which singularity? But no, ahead of time, I won't have to hold anything back. That might help me be at least a little helpful to you. Well, I can't say, but I do know that no one has ever made it past the halfway point. And we're the third singularity now, which means we'll be at that point ourselves soon. But in your case, you think I could stick around helping you right out to the end, huh? It'd certainly be lovely if you were right. Unfortunately, there's one more power I have. Virginitsu. It tells me how long I'm going to live and what my destiny will be. And it's telling me there's no way I'm going to make it to the end. See, so that's why you're always so fatalistic. You were unfailingly considerate of everyone else back in Chaldea, but when it came to yourself, you only went through the motions. I always found it strange how someone so kind could be so to others could be so cruel to himself. Aw, please don't look at me that way, hun. Trust me, I feel way worse about this than you do. I don't know how many times you've done this before, but you did say that everyone else died partway through, right? So you must have managed to finish the job all on your own, and I'm sure that's just what you'll do this time too, even if you fight back over your tears over my death. That's why I want you to know my real name. For me, this whole journey's been like a dream. When I come back to life, it'll be like it never happened. If you know my real name, then all my true self needs to know I can trust you. Then you really are the right person to lead us. Yeah, I suppose it would. You always have been the most observant member of Team A. Something wrong, Wodame. Your mind seems to be closed off. Aren't you the one who asked to see me? You're right, my apologies, Zeus. I was just reminiscing a bit and I realized I was more lost in thought than I'd realized. Hope you can forgive my rudeness, however unintentional it was. I'm only human, it's difficult for me to concentrate with your divine aura this close by. What's so funny? I'm here because I'm concerned about you, you know? I want to talk to you about Queen Europa's execution. I don't think you should go through with it. Not only for her sake, but yours as well. The revelation has been proclaimed. My decision will not be overturned. I understand this is a fatal choice for me, but it must be done in order to maintain order in Olympus. It is what must be done for your world that named us as gods. I seek not to protect myself, but Olympus itself. Or rather, the miracle of this world we only managed to find after years spent wandering. No, now that you mention, you never did tell me the story of why you crossed the Sea of Stars. I suppose I haven't, have I? It was a very, very long journey. Before the intelligence that created us died out, they sent us on a meaningless expedition without so much as a life form aboard. Oh, so our very universe was on the brink of death. So our flagship, Chaos, exhausted 97% of the resources to send us into your universe. When we arrived, we found this universe to be brimming with life, but we were still unable to locate a planet with the landing conditions which we had been programmed. We spent thousands upon thousands of years looking until there was only a scant few of us left. Unable to maintain our convoy, most of our functions ended up wearing away and fusing together. Then, just as we'd come to terms with our fate and accept our journey was about to end with our goal unaccomplished, we discovered this planet. It was a miracle, a planet that met 78% of our landing conditions. We quickly made an emergency crash landing. Well, the rest you know. You humans gave us names, including me. In our fleet, the only ship with a name was our flagship, Chaos, and Chaos never landed on this planet. After the first Machi, I became our fleet's flagship in Chaos's place. Once we were only functions, when you humans gave us names, believed us to have personalities, and worshipped us as precious beings, we were uncertain of how to respond. The names, personalities, the worship, none of us was important or even useful for voyaging, and yet we were delighted. So we decided to accept the faith people put in you. Yes, we were delighted. It was the first time we'd ever known joy. Joy was a function neither anticipated nor needed, but we could also not bring ourselves to abandon it. In the end, we agreed to operate from that point on not as functions, but as gods. But I was the only one who understood that putting down roots on this planet would mean turning our backs on our original directive. It was not to ensure the people of other celestial bodies flourish, but to revive our home planet. I see, so you decided to conduct yourself as though you were a god, or rather, you changed your own programming. And you did so in order to protect the people of Earth, of Olympus, no matter what it may cost. It meant ruling over not just the people of Earth, but the 12 Olympians as well. You encroached on other godships' roles and overstepped your bounds and did so knowingly. By integrating all those functions within yourself, you became an all-powerful god. Why? It was the only way to resolve an otherwise insurmountable problem. 14,000 years ago, a calamity made its way to this planet. I knew something like the White Titan Safar, a planetary envoy, a destroyer of civilizations, existed somewhere in this universe. But I never expected it to make its way to this planet. Safar was an invasive weapon, a being capable of destroying entire civilizations whose threat only grew greater the more time passed. There was no time to discuss what to do with the other godships, so I took control of the other 12, became a singular godship, and drove off Safar. Thanks to that, Olympus was saved, but the other godships came to hate me. And who can blame them? I stole their functions, knowing it would lead to them to ostracize me. While the other godships had the same integration ability, I was the only one who chose to use it. I was the only one who overstepped my bounds. I was the only ship who went mad. You're wrong there, Zeus. In this moment, as far as the world's people were concerned, you were the only true god. My story is just like yours, Zeus. I was changed in a way I never would have experienced if I'd stayed solely within my bounds and my assigned destiny. All of a sudden, I had motivations I never expected to have, a goal far beyond my reach. All this excess drastically disrupted my life, what my life was originally supposed to be. But even so, I decided to dedicate the rest of my life to the so-called excess. Ever since, it's been my guiding principle, the most important thing in my life. I understood, Zeus. All you did was decide to leave your past self behind to save those who gave you meaning. I'm hearing a lot of commotion on the surface. It seems Chaldea has made their way here to rescue my queen. How is the Tree of Emptiness faring, Wodime? It won't be long until it's ready. Once it is, the only remaining step will be to have one of us use it. If you'd like to use it now, I could always deal with Chaldea myself. No, if they were here to save Europa, then I should be the one to greet them. I will save the Tree of Emptiness after I have eliminated both Chaldea and defeated you. That certainly sounds ideal, but are you sure that's what you want too? It is. It's the only way I can repay you. I'm going to erase this terminal now. It will be the last self of mine I ever make for conversing with a human. Thank you, Wodime. You've given me something I've never had. Something I could never have hoped for once I became all-powerful and ruler of Olympus. I never had a chance to share my burdens with either Hades or Poseidon. I did with you. Farewell, young mage. Farewell, my friend. And farewell to you, king of the gods. I hold you in the highest respect. And I think now is a good time to call the stream. Alright, looks like we're coming to the end of the story now. Should be exciting. But until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.